All right, we're back. Like I said, chapter 11. This is going to be episode 39. Chapter 11 is going to be one episode only. We are through with the first half of my story. The second half will be chapters 12 through 18. Again, as I mentioned in chapter 10, everything else from henceforth is going to be ad-lib by memory alone. Everything before that was written down into 2 notebooks so I can carry the story through. But this next compilation of poems are special editions. As we break from this first part of the story and into the second part of the story, this could be construed as the interlude, as you would speak. The kids, Heather, Joey, Chris, Tim, Rhonda, and my cousin Greg, with their permission, of course, I have added them to the book. Some of them specially requested. Greg wanted to do this. Heather, Tim asked to have, I even asked Rhonda if she didn't mind me putting this poem in here. She said, "That's fine." So, this is chapter 11, and chapter 11 is going to be titled, Through Their Minds. And that's why it's called Through Their Minds, because this is through the minds of my stepchildren, Rhonda, my soon-to-be ex-wife, and my cousin Greg. Before he passed away, he wrote some poems that they all wanted me to add to this compilation of poetry. My story through poetry, this is every bit a part of it, because some of it's about me and some of it's about their reactions, their emotions, stuff they're going through. So, enjoy the poems. And I guess we'll get started on them. This first collection of poems is by Greg. I had 5 poems picked out, or we had 5 poems chosen, but he only wanted 3, so we picked out 3 of them. The first 2 are about his ex-girlfriend, and his last would be in a break-in in his heart and say she wasn't ready, settled down and moved on. The third edition is about a mind trip he once had, because he done some stuff in his past. So this is when he was on one of those trips. And so here we go. Got to Let You Know by KGG, Kenneth Gregory Gibbs. This is his first of 2 poems about his ex-girlfriend. Since the first time I saw you, I couldn't get you out of my mind. Baby, I can't live without you. I want you for the rest of my life. If only I could tell you the feeling that I have inside. If I can make you understand, then maybe you would be mine. So I've got to let you know how much I love you so, and I've got to let it show. I can't hold it back no more. And here's the second one about the ex. It's something missing. It's a bit longer than the first one, but it's pretty neat. I think you'll like it. Lying back in my easy chair without a care in the world, I realize that something is missing in my life. Something that I should have. Something that would simply give me great happiness. So I go out to look for it, but there's none to be found. I have looked everywhere for it, but without success, so I abandoned my search. Time passes slowly as I sit in my chair. Time passes oh so slowly, until one day my happiness finds me and I realize what I have been doing wrong. I have to learn to be happy with the happiness that has found me. I put away my easy chair in order to pursue this thing that has brought such happiness to my life. Oh, so quickly. It seems my happiness will last forever and ever. Until one day my happiness is gone. It has left me. Perhaps to show another happiness, or perhaps to show me pain, which is more than I can bear. I try to forget how my life was with happiness by using a sort of artificial happiness, but it's not the same. So I decide to pull my easy chair back out, but I cannot. For that time has passed, my life can no longer be maintained easily. I must try to regain my happiness by the time for this was also past. So now as time passes by slowly, oh so slowly, I live my life wondering, where has my happiness gone and why did it leave me? But most of all, will it ever find me again? This last one, the third edition to the book, it's called Ganjan. Yes, he was high. Sorry, but he did. He smoked a little weed every now and then. And this is when he was tripping. No, he was tripping. Okay?
He's tripping.
So this poem sounds a little off just because he was, yeah. Ganja. Turning off the old dirt road into the middle of an open field, I stopped my truck and killed the engine and headlights. Sitting there listening to my radio, the cab of my truck was filled with smoke. I light my last cigarette. Waiting for something, I put out my cigarette and lay back my head. I can feel the world spinning. My body becomes very relaxed. I close my eyes, I let my imagination run wild. I see myself walking through the woods. Slowly, the trees pass by, and the ground moves beneath me. I break into a run, not knowing why, running as fast as I can, looking from side to side. I suddenly feel weightless. Then I realize I have fallen down a hole. I can see the sides passing me by. I look up to see the light at the top, getting smaller and smaller. As I fall deeper and deeper, when I reach the bottom, this sudden stop is not as painful for me. I look around. There are several tunnels leading away from my position at the bottom of this hole. Which way do I go? I choose my passageway and set out to finding my way out of this place. After traveling for a while, I come to the end of my tunnel. I hear footsteps behind me, as though someone is following me. As the footsteps near me, I wait apprehensively. When my follower finds me, there is nowhere to hide. I must stand my ground. No, I must flee. But how? There is nowhere to go. Then, I see a ray of hope. I open my eyes. I start my truck and turn back onto the road, wishing I had another cigarette.
Sounds like a trip.
Apparently he was going down a dark path, and he opened his eyes and realized, I better get out of this dark path and go back in the way where the light is. Kind of give an idea of what's going on there. He did. He got back into the light, and he gave his life to God before he passed away. So that could be skewed as an omen, so to speak. But That was his additions, 3 of them. The oldest of my stepchildren didn't have a poem of choice. He wasn't much into writing. Chris didn't write any poems too much. He's too worried about his training, military. He met his wife at a roadside stand, getting a snow cone. We paid for the snow cone, and he went back after he was walking toward Walmart, and he liked her, so he turned around and walked back, and ended up getting her number. And of course, they say the rest is history, because they're still together, they're still married.
That's cute.
They have 2 or 3 children now, and yeah. Meeting at a roadside stand, getting a snow cone.
Snow cone of fate.
The second eldest, Tim,
You think second Elvis or eldest?
the second eldest, he did write a poem. He was about 7 years old when he wrote this poem, so it may sound kind of silly, kind of childish. Like I said, he was 7 years old when he wrote it, okay? But he wanted it added to the collection of poems. So we're going to add it to the collection of poems from Timothy Alexander Armstrong, and this poem is called From a Child's Heart. I saw the Easter Bunny 3 times. He was short and he was real, and I said hi to him. I was really sad when he went. I cried for a long time. He said he would come back. When Easter came again, days went by, then it was Easter again. He got me a little bunny rabbit. Of course, you can probably guess who the Easter bunny was, because I'm the one that got him the little bunny rabbit. And he remembered it. And he relished it, and he took care of that bunny rabbit. I don't know if he still has it or not, but he took care of it for a while. The third in line, of course, was Joseph Aaron Armstrong. And of course, I used to give fireworks displays for my grandmother and grandpa, and wanted to continue to do so. And I think he enjoyed it more, just as much as grandma did.
Talk about the bottle rocket incident?
Yeah, well, I got shot in the nuts. We didn't discuss that one.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I wish I would have been there. I would have laughed too.
Of course, when the stepkids got their senior year and they graduated, I tried to treat them to a dinner. And so I gave him a choice of dinner and a movie. We did the dinner and a movie as well. Here's point.
Paps Jerry.
Push stop on that for a second. I'll call back. This poem about coming of age and getting to know who you are and how to deal with it. That was his poem, his contribution to the collection here. And his title of the poem is called Company of Love. Joseph Aaron Armstrong, that was his name. Oh, that is his name. If you have noticed, all the middle names have an initial of A in the middle of them. And this is, of course, the only thing that me and Rhonda only ever really agreed upon is the middle initial. Because Jacob Arthur, Isaac Anthony. The middle name having A, Christopher A, Timothy A, Heather A, is to keep them all connected. Keep them all, even though they have different fathers, the same middle initial of A kept them all bonded, kept them all as part of each other. Okay, that was her way and my way with Isaac and Jacob, keeping Isaac and Jacob bonded with the four. Is the middle initial A. So if you wonder what the A's are, what the A the significance in Joseph Aaron and Timothy Alexander, Heather Ann, Christopher Allen, that's why, is to keep them all connected. Where's Company of Love from Joey? I call him the Beast because we watched Jurassic Park, and after watching Jurassic Park, he ran around going ah, ah, like a velociraptor. So we give him the nickname Beast. So that's why he got the nickname Beast, because after watching Jurassic Park, he went around the house pretending he was a velociraptor.
Because it's Joey.
Because it's Joey. Company of Love. As the shadow grows near it, brings forth a tear, as I see who I am meant to be. Another gift fate has handed me. Although I know it does not mean I am not afraid, but I must be brave. I fear for myself and others. I know we'll be there for each other. Short, simple, and to the point. Heather, like I said, at this point in time, we were having some issues. She didn't finish her school. Being pregnant at 13, she kind of dropped out. She eventually went back to an adult education center and got her GED. It is on my wall in the hallway, along with everybody else's diplomas. But she wanted me. Eventually we were start rekindling our relationship the way it was. But it took a little while. And when I was getting ready to do my poetry book here, she wanted me to add these 2 entries to the poem, or to the book, the story. The first one's only 4 lines, 4 simple lines. It's called A Happy Place. You make the world a happy place, filled with all your love and grace. You're like an angel sent from above. Your heart is filled with love. Like I said, a 4-line stanza, simple. Friendship was 3 stanzas, a little bit longer, and this one's called Friendship. Friendship is the comfort of knowing there is always a shoulder to lean on, and a hand to reach out for, and a heart to welcome you home. Friendship is knowing that you have someone to trust. It is knowing that when you are happy or sad, they are there for you. Friendship is staying up all night just talking on the phone. Friendship is knowing that if they were true to you and you true to them, the friendship will go a long way.
I folded a napkin.
Yeah, when she went down her dark path, she lost a few of her friends, and I think the one that sticks out the most is Melody, and she really missed Melody, and she lost some other friends. One of her ex-boyfriends, we'll cover him later on. He would get killed. She would get caught up in drugs and stuff, and it would become a battle to get her off of them. Eventually, we get her back on the right path, but as you will hear in the next few episodes, the next few chapters, it was a tough road. But we got her there.
Yeah, she loves Daddy.
Yeah. The last 3 entries, or the last 2 entries, Well, there's two of the last 2 inches are from Rhonda. And then Heather has one more that she wrote to her brother. So that's what we're doing here. So here's the first of 2 inches from Rhonda. A Pine and the Oak is one of her poems. 3 stanzas. Well, 3 lines, three paragraphs. Started out as a soft and subtle pine, flexible, bendable, yet easy to break. As time and life's troubles pass my way, I find myself swallowed by an oak. An oak I never knew existed within me. As days grow older, and I with them, I find it hard to find the subtle pine. All the eyes can see is a tough, sturdy oak. The oak that never gives in or sways. The pine signaling becomes very distant. As the days begin to grow dimmer, so do the embers of the pine within me. But my only fear is where the pine is gone, so will myself be gone within me. And the next passage is called exactly that, Passage to Love. Passage to Love by RKG. This is what I have learned in life, that all good things come from God, that He will protect us, guide us, deliver us, and shower us with His love. It is always His will for our succession. The will is His for us to prosper. However, in His ultimate wisdom and glory, He will allow us to fall for a moment, to fall long enough for us to realize it is He that will always catch us. And just as the loving Father He is always quick to kiss our wounds. The failure we see creates our trust in Him, so that our faith grows in Him. He is always quick to forgive us and endures long suffering for our sins. If you give to Him, He will give back, more than you ever thought was possible. He is the sole provider for all. He is the true definition of love. When the day comes to question your love, ask yourself one simple, unheralded question. Do I love her as God would love me? Does she love me as God would love me? That's Passage to Love.
That was like one hell of a poem.
All right, this is the last one. This is Heather writing an ode to her brother.
You're found standing in his legs, and it died. No.
And it's titled Brother.
Which brother?
Tim. You mean the world to me, as you know, but seldom do I let it show. I love you forever, no matter what. When you're mean to me, it hits me in the gut. You make me cry when you're happy or sad. I feel like I'm part of you. Isn't that bad? Your life, I know, hasn't been great. That's why I'm here to make it straight. We make fun of bro and mom too. But really what happens is up to you. You're yourself, and that's what I admire most. And sometimes I feel like such a ghost. I sometimes feel like a tag-along, but you clean me up. You tell me how much you love me, it lifts me up. Some of your friends were like brothers to me, one in particular who lost will forever be. My only true wish is for you to see you mean the world to me. And that will end this part. Again, like I said, the next few chapters are by memory alone. And we'll start that next week. In the meantime, for Dork and me,
Well, I want foodles.
You want what?
Food.
Now we're fixing to have lunch. We're fixing to get food going.
With banana.
We're going to have more than just bananas for lunch. Okay. Anyway, hope you enjoyed those special editions.
The strong monkey.
Yeah, it's a strong monkey holding up a bunch of bananas. It's a tiny ass monkey. Get the thing out of my view here.
It looks like Dad, doesn't it? Look. They're twins.
You ever wash clothes with the owner of the clothes inside the clothes still? That's what I'm fixing to do with him.
That sounds like fun.
Anyway, until next time, take care. Bye-bye.